All right, I'm here with Gordon. I've known him for 40 years, we said, and we've been through quite a few things together over the years. So we're going to do a biopsychosocial assessment, part of it at least, and we're just going to, based on his answers, we're going to open up for questions. And so, do you have children?
Yes, I do. 2.
Okay.
Ashley and Michael.
All right. What are their ages?
Ashley is 26. Michael is 14.
Do you see any of them?
I seldomly do. I haven't seen my son in 5 years, 6 years, and it's been about a year or 2 since I've seen my daughter.
How does that make you feel? Not seeing them.
A lot of sleepless nights. A lot of sleepless nights and constantly thinking about them. Hurts.
I can see it right now. All right, we had to take a break there because he was having an emotional moment. But would you say that drug and alcohol use had a part to play in, for instance, in your relationship with you not seeing your kids now?
Absolutely, 100%.
And what part, what drug would you say? Elaborate a little bit. Was there one particular incident that you said pretty much was the catalyst, cascade effect that?
Yes, cocaine addiction. Cocaine addiction. Doing cocaine. Doing cocaine and choosing cocaine over my children.
And how does that make you feel when you think about that?
Terrible, stupid that I could let in a substance come between me and my offspring. Worst decisions I've ever made in my life. Many years wasted.
Yeah, regret is something that's inherent in the human race, as we know. Wrong choices, wrong behaviors, wrong thinking, wrong beliefs. But yeah, I understand about not being able to, be with the one you love. All right, so we had another emotional moment. We're back. Tell me about the cocaine and cocaine use and how that created a rift with your at the time wife and your daughter and son. Or actually,
It's not just about my son and my daughter. It's my whole life. I started cocaine use in high school. 18 years old, 19 years old, addicted to cocaine. Abused it for many years. I was an intravenous drug user for 5, 6, 7, 10 years. I got myself off of intravenous drug use by myself.
It must have been very hard.
Yes, it was. A lot of things I went through, and during that time, the loss of my brother, who was 12 years old. At the time, I was 17, 18 when he was killed. And then I had a few more losses in my life during that time, and after I got through that, it took years, and I got through it, and it was embarrassing. We were going through the AIDS epidemic at the time, and it scared me, and I quit using intravenous drug use, and I had started smoking cocaine. At that time, it was called Freebase. Now it's called crack. And I did that for many years. And then I stopped, changed the scenery, and I'd stop, but I'd always find myself back in that situation, even no matter where I ran to get away from it, whether it was Florida, whether it was when I moved out to Ottawa, LaSalle, Peru. It always came back and always came back and bit me in my ass. And can't run from it, so just started dealing with it. And I got it down to doing it, occasionally. And now I'm at the point in my life where I don't touch it at all. I don't put myself around the people or situations. And it's affected not just with my children, but relationships, family, friends, stealing, in and out of jail. Yeah. So
here, you had mentioned in your story there on how everywhere you went, it was there. Well, I mean, it goes with any kind of drug, any alcohol, whatever. It's always it's there. It's out there. It's waiting. But again, why do you think you were using? What were you trying to know? Because remember, addiction is just a symptom, man. Some underlying root issue, rotten. Some pain, some grief, some trauma, some disconnection.
probably my childhood. My mom left. My mom left in the middle of the night when I was 7 years old. 5 children in the family. My youngest brother Stevie was 7 months old, and I can remember. I can remember the night like it was yesterday. My dad waking me up and saying, "Gordon, I was only 7. I'm just a kid. Gotta help me get your brothers and sisters ready. We're going to Grandma's." I said, "Where's Mom?" And he says, "She's not here. She left." And I said, "Is she coming back?" And he just remember him saying, "I don't know if she's coming back." And we went to Grandma's. And we stayed with Grandma for approximately, I think it was 3 years. And it was the best 3 years of my life, other than the 7 years of my mom being in my life, which we don't have a relationship to this day. My father passed away when he was 58. It's been about 15 years. But my mom lives in Chicago and we still don't talk.
I didn't know your mom was still alive.
She lives in Chicago. We still don't talk. She has, I have 2 half sisters. I don't speak with them as well, because I'm the oldest child and I remember everything and I have questions, and they don't want me to ask any questions. My mom don't want me to question her about anything at that time, what happened. And it's probably one of the biggest reasons that I have relationship issues with women. It's hard to trust a woman when I can't even trust my own mother. And just a lot of unresolved questions and answers that you just bury deep down inside, and alcohol and drugs help you do that. Helps numb the pain. Doesn't fix anything, but it helps numb it.
That it does. But then, as we know, those problems are still there. Sometimes they get more complicated from the use. So, don't you think you should reach out to your mother, maybe?
Yeah, probably. Absolutely. Before she passes away, and none of my questions will be answered.
Go over some questions that you would want to ask her.
Why she left. Why she promised to always come around at Christmas and never show up. And birthdays. choosing other men over her own children. I know she was young, but mothers are supposed to have a motherly instinct, a motherly love for her children, and I just never don't see that. I seen it when I was younger, when she was around, but I don't know. But yeah, it would probably be a good idea while she is still alive and here to try to talk to her, and I don't know how it would work out. I don't know if it'd set me back again, or if it'd be a good thing. And I have a whole another side of family on her side. I don't talk to any of them.
All right, we're back. I need you to, I want you to elaborate on what you were telling me about the dysfunction, and not only the dysfunction, the confusion of not knowing if your brothers or sisters were your real brothers, and your sisters and half brothers and uncles' kids, and all kind of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, well, with the DNA testing that they have now, the 23andMe and the other genealogy test they have, we have come to find out that my sister happens to be my aunt's husband. Was also slept with my mother and had a child, and probably my brother Stevie, who looks like my brother Melissa, who's passed away, looks like her, so he probably was as well. And I got a brother Mark. We have inklings of another uncle, at the time cousin, that might have, because he has red hair, and my father had dark hair, my mother had dark hair, and I'm the only one in the family with dark hair. And through all this genealogy, we find out some things, and kind of, I'm the oldest, so of course it affects me more than my brothers and sisters. Don't remember a lot of their childhood at the time. I think they blacked a lot of it out. They don't have, no one else in my family has drug addiction, alcoholism, or anything like that. They're in stable relationships. I don't think they remember. So, me being the oldest, I kind of remember everything. And when I found out, my sister was offspring to my aunt's husband, and kind of threw off our relationship there for a little while. I didn't speak to nobody in my family for a couple months because come to find out, everything that you thought,
Was a lie, pretty much.
was a lie, pretty much. And other people in the family knew about it. My father knew about it, but he never said nothing to nobody. He raised us all as a family unit, brothers and sisters, and we never knew, And then this comes out, and I still love my sister it's my sister, but kind of threw everything for a loop for a little while there. We just found out last year, and haven't seen or spoken to none of my family till this Thanksgiving.
So what happened with this Thanksgiving?
We had a great time. We didn't bring up the past. We told each other we all love each other, and we played games. We played some some games, the family, and we had a pretty good Thanksgiving. Even during this COVID and everything, we were going to call it off, and it's been too long since we've seen each other. So we had Thanksgiving. We had over 10 people. We had 15, 20 people. But it was a good thing. It was a good Thanksgiving. And it's pretty much that.
Now, what I believe, and I said this earlier to you, for camera's sake here, again, all these things here we're talking about is what I believe is what's holding you back and causing all that pain for you to use drugs, alcohol, to stay numb. So this is why we have to deal with these issues somehow. We're getting them out. That's the first step. What I've learned is crying, of course, crying. I sound like a little girl when I first had my little breakdown. I realized what the hell happened. So yeah, I got it out. I cried it out, and then being able to put those things into words and get it into the atmosphere is huge. What you're doing right now, right? You feel better just talking about it?
Yep.
In depth, I'm talking about, yeah. So those acts alone, crying and putting things in the words, man. Now, we have to work through it. You know what I mean? We have to find out, get some closure. For instance, look, I don't have, situation with my wife, right? And she had, which I don't want to talk about, yeah, she did what she did. I got no closure. There's never, every time for 10 years, I've been trying to get her to sit down just to have just to hash some things out, to close, I mean, I've forgiven her and moved on past it, but every time I get around her, or she gets around me, she starts crying, bawling, she can't handle it, freaks out. And I'm not mean to her at all. I just talk nice and I say, I need to talk about some things. We need to close certain aspects here. So I still can't. So I don't have any closure on that, but I've learned. I've still got it out in words. I've said certain things to her that was enough for me to deal with it. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah.
It's not a full closure, but it was enough for me to, okay, now I can move on. So that's what we have to do with you. All right, so we were just talking about how this lockdown over the last 6 months actually helped you by not letting you go to bars, to have that break of not going to the bar to see the insanity of what you were doing as you were drinking. So that was a good thing. This lockdown has helped you to
Hey, we recording?
yeah.
During the first couple months of the COVID, when it started back in March, and not just me, I noticed lots of people, a lot of alcohol. Well, there's a lot of different things going on right now with this COVID. There's suicide, there's drug addiction, drug abuse is up, deaths are up, heroin deaths are up because people can't get to counseling. The first couple months, yeah, I was sit at home, drink beer, work from home, and a lot of drinking beer for the first couple months. And I've actually seen videos of people on garbage day going around their neighborhood and looking in the recycle bins and 10, 15, 20 bottles of wine and this and that. But alcohol, to me, I've never been an alcoholic. I don't need it. I don't crave it. I just showed Mike my hand. I don't have shakes or anything like that. But I used to like going out to the bars. I like live music and playing pool, playing darts, being around people you don't see all the time. Social, but I do tend to over drink big time. And at my age, at 55, a good night of drinking on a Friday night takes 2 or 3 days to recover. And the drinking during this COVID's got old really, really fast. I say, I can't drink no more beer, so let's try some vodka mixed drinks. We'll just have a couple mixed drinks. And then next thing you know, the whole bottle of vodka is gone in the same night that we got it. It's supposed to be here for a week or two, And then that got old. The vodka got old. You get too stupid, too drunk, fall down. So alcohol, put a cap on that because, the good feeling doesn't outweigh the bad feeling of the hangover and just sore and just not feeling yourself and trying to get back to your right eating habits because your stomach is all messed up from drinking. So, but during this COVID, haven't been going out to these bars. I promote a band, and we'd always have a gig every couple weeks, and since this, band hasn't been playing, no bands have been playing, and just don't, which is a good thing, I think. I really don't have the urge to go back to the bars really at all anymore. I'm not saying I won't, but it's kind of been a good thing. Getting stuff done too, and it's actually grounded me a little bit of other things I can do with my money, other things I can do with my time. Feeling good about painting or buying something that you've always wanted instead of especially spending your money on cocaine and all the boats and the cars and the motorcycles I could have had. And now being cocaine free, I've got this money, and feels good to go buy new clothes and new shoes, things I should have been doing my whole life. And now I am finally doing things, and going places other than to the bar, going to see some Christmas lights, doing other things. Going to a petting zoo, Cosley Petting Zoo, is good things. So alcohol has really never really been my thing. It was always the drugs. I do smoke marijuana. Not every day. I have a lot of joint pains and different things, and I don't want to take any kind of pain pills, and you can't take ibuprofen or Tylenol on a daily basis. It's just not good for your liver, especially a liver that's been through what my liver's been through. So yeah, it's marijuana. I like to smoke a little marijuana every now and then and relax, take some pains away, and that's pretty much what I do. Pretty much what I do now. And other than the cigarettes. Cigarettes is the worst addiction ever. I've been trying to quit cigarettes for a while now, and it's one of the hardest habits to break right now in my life.
I could attest to that one. But I hope you can see what I'm doing here, Julie. The stuff I've been trying to get him to expound on for a long time. So yes, these are all the roots that I see that have to be addressed for him to move on. And until those are addressed, the cycle is going to keep on. The cycle is going to keep on, round and round and round. So, you want to get that? All right, we're going to close this video up, but I just want to add that this was some good stuff that Gordon was sharing. This is the things that I've known, I have little bits and pieces of over the years I've heard and talked to him about, but we haven't seen each other in a while. And this is the stuff that he talked about today, why I let him elaborate so much, because this is the stuff I know is holding him back, and it has to be dealt with. We have to get some closure on that, and once that can get healed, you become whole, you can move on. So, that's it.